thank you all for being here, especially to the leaders, the clergy, and to all of the activists in the community who said, hell no. Hell no! We have to remember that it's so important, this cause, this fight. So much is at stake. I'm Attorney Ben Crump, along with Attorney Craig Wisenhunt and with Attorney Precious Chavez and the NAACP, as well as the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights. We're here to give notice to Governor DeSantis that if he does not negotiate with the College Board to allow AP African American Studies to be taught in the classrooms across the state of Florida, that these 3 young people will be the lead plaintiffs in a historic lawsuit. And you all need to remember their names, because it's their courageous tenacity and their intellect that reminds me, Reverend Holmes, many of the examples that were shown to the world by a young John Lewis, a young Julian Bond, a young Fannie Lou Hamer. You will remember the names of Elijah Edwards, of Victoria Heckman, of Victoria McQueen, and Juliet Heckman. Now, this is what it's about. It is about them. This is what the fight is for. Never, ever forget that. And the fact that they're coming forward in this consequential moment in history can never be taken lightly. Now, you're going to hear from them in a minute after you hear from my co-counsel, Craig Wisenhunt, who has previously been victorious in challenging Governor DeSantis with the mask mandate. But I think Senator Osgood, I do think it's important, though, that we remember what Carter G. Woodson, known as the father of Black history, said. He said, if a race has no history, if a race has no worthwhile traditions that are respected and taught to the youth, it becomes a negligible factor in the thought of the world. And it stands in danger, Senator Jones, of being exterminated. And so the question really is this, brothers and sisters. Are we going to let Governor DeSantis or anybody exterminate Black history from the classrooms of Florida? Senator Hill, will we let Governor DeSantis or anybody exterminate Black history in the classrooms across America? No! Yeah, what this really is about is saying you cannot exterminate us, you cannot exterminate our culture, and you can never exterminate the value of our children to this world. Governor DeSantis, are you really trying to lead us into an era akin to communism that provides censorship of free thoughts. Or are we going to make sure that Governor DeSantis understands that we will stand on the American principles of the free exchange of ideas, whether those are ideals and culture of European history, whether those are ideals and culture of German history, whether those are ideals and culture of Japanese history, whether those are ideals and culture of Brazilian, Canadian, everybody who is here in America. You have a right to have your culture, your history respected and taught to the children of America. We say no to censorship. We say yes to community. No to censorship. Yes to community. No to censorship. Yes to community. No to censorship. Yes to community. Because as Dr. King taught us, we're all part of the beloved community. And my final thoughts are simply this. As the court wrote in November, when it granted an injunction against the university boards, it is not for the state of Florida to declare which viewpoints will be deemed orthodox and which will be forbidden from its university classrooms. If Judge Walker holding is to be respected, we must apply the same reasoning to the advanced placement African American studies to be taught in Florida classrooms. The First Amendment protects our students in allowing them to receive essential education on the history of African American and Black studies, the court held. The high school teachers are protected against being censored, ensuring an accurate retelling of our shared history in Florida, in America. And what is that shared history, brothers and sisters? It is that Black history is American history. 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 And so I will tell you this. Governor DeSantis is going to get a lesson of his own today from these young, brilliant students. Because as the Bible has taught us, God ordains strength out of the mouths of babes. And before you hear from these brilliant students who represent the best that we have to offer the future, I want to have you hear a little bit about the technical arguments of the lawsuit that will be filed or interplayed in the current lawsuit that is in the federal courts from a great lawyer, a great advocate, Attorney Craig Wisenhunt.